Mario Kart World, there are these items called Dash Foods. Usually found at any course's local 7-Eleven gas station, they grant a temporary speed boost with differing strengths to the character that eats them. So functionally, they're just mushrooms. But aesthetic mushrooms. But that's not all. Their pizzazz goes even further when half the character roster consumes to get sick costumes. Okay, that was bad. I'm sorry, I did not know how cheesy that sounded until VO. And you may be curious about the other half of the roster, featuring characters like Hammerbro, Cataquack, and Conkador. I love Conkador. What do they get?
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Because half of the character roster doesn't have even a single outfit. But I get it. The average Mario Kart World character has 4 outfits. Most characters have many more than that, for a total of 103 outfits, not counting their original variants. That is a lot of outfits. And honestly, if I was on a design team and someone told me to create 4 different outfits for Pokey, I'm done, I'm quitting, no, I can't do this, no, bye. Although, at least to me, the way they decided who gets outfits and who doesn't absolutely baffles me. Just, like, why? Why does Drybones not have any outfits when Koopa Troopa does? I know Koopa's more popular, but they're literally the same guy. That would be like if Bowser got all the outfits and Dry Bowser wasn't in this game. Huh. And while Goomba's not getting costumes don't surprise me, it's not like they didn't have a bunch of references to pull from. Pianta's not bringing at least 1 extra pack of clothing, and Toad's having a bunch of clothing choices, feels like many things, most of which I'd rather not say without my social advisor present. And the worst thing of all, where is Piranha Plant's outfit? Am I really the only one who thinks they deserve street cred from Smash Ultimate? No, it's just me? Okay. Although, today, that's all gonna change. Well, not the street cred thing, I don't have the authority to make Masahiro Sakurai fall in love with Piranha Plant. Would like to, though. But I can try to create outfit concepts for characters that don't have any in Mario Kart World. Unless this video ages poorly. Please don't tell me this video ages poorly. Out of all the characters that didn't get outfits in Mario Kart World, I think the most surprising is Nabbit. Mostly because I feel like at this point, he's kind of a Mario guy, you know? Oh, also because he's literally the only character on what's left of the roster that isn't supposed to function as a placeholder for his entire race. Of course he's no Pauline, not even close, but he's had his fair share of recent appearances in Mario games. To be fair though, in most of those appearances he's basically immortal, being immune to all forms of traditional damage, so maybe giving Nabbit clothes would make him too powerful. Also, his clothing is kind of half of his identity, but that is a risk that I should not be willing to take, but I will, because, I don't know, it's a fun challenge. In most cases, Dash Foods give a character outfits depending on what food the character ate, and the food, depending on what it is, can only be found in certain courses. I wanted to try and replicate that pattern for Nabbit's design, but there are so many Dash Foods, and I wanted to find the one that was most fitting for Nabbit. But I don't know Nabbit on a personal level, so I decided to do some digging on his character. For a lack of better terms, he's a war criminal, or at least the textbook definition of chaotic neutral. Nabbit is mainly known for keeping close tabs on Mario and his friends, although he rarely ever confronts them directly and lurks in the background. Sometimes to help them, sometimes to just purely be a nuisance. But he is committed, seeing as he followed Mario into a different country uninvited. How do you know about this? I don't know, but he's here. It's Mario Wonder. He steals items from Mario and Luigi, regardless of whether they're on his side or not, and stores them in his ever-growing immortality bank that he calls a knapsack. And by far, the most suspicious fact I found is that Nabbit has a hideout on a random lonely island, where he keeps track of how many times Mario has touched his butt, and other less important things. Considering Nabbit's history of nabbing items, I thought it would be fitting to take inspiration from the skewer family of Dash Foods. They even have mushrooms on the top matching Nabbit's bag symbol. Most characters who eat skewers in MKW receive the tourist series of outfits, which gave me an idea. I don't particularly peg Nabbit as the type to stay in one place for very long, so maybe he is a tourist. Though maybe in more of a shady context, with a dark coat, stitched together hat, and gold glasses to obscure his face, so he can keep track of his targets? I don't know, we don't really know why he follows Mario at this point, but all that matters is this outfit keeps himself hidden like he usually does, or to help him follow people better, which he usually does. two shining medals with his back symbol, and his classic bandana that I couldn't get rid of. It is like half of his design and personality. Hopefully this is an in-character design, though it might be a little intense from what Nintendo would actually try to do with it. Next up is the cow from Moo Moo Meadows. I don't really have any intense or nuanced arguments for this one. I just really want to see the cow in clothes. I mean, everyone likes the cow. They're like a Mario guy. At least for a couple weeks after Mario Kart World's release. The costume in question will probably have the most shallow reason for existing. That's because I wanted the outfit to be inspired by Moo Moo Meadows. Because cow from Moo Moo Meadows. And yes, I did research on the cow from Moo Moo Meadows. And hey, did you know that the cow from Moo Moo Meadows is the cow from Moo Moo Meadows? I didn't know that until now, but now I feel smarter. Which makes Cow technically the only character on the MKW roster who is a Mario Kart OC. Anyways, that leaves our food choices exclusively to Moo Moo Dairy Delights, which consist of milk and decorated ice cream. A little weird, but young cows obviously drink milk from their mothers. Plus, it's better than cow eating burger. Like, seriously, dude? You're not gonna ask if it's, like, vegan or not, like, cow meat? Okay, that's fine. It's not concerning at all. Whatever. I knew from the start I wanted to stick to a farm design because, guess why? Moo Moo Meadows. I'm not the most familiar with dressing up cows, so I started tying a bandana around their neck. Didn't know what I wanted it to look like yet. Maybe I'd draw some cool patterns on it or a logo of some kind. Then I gave it a straw hat, which I quickly changed to a bow. I thought it would look cute, but it looked a little bit too much like Birdo, which was fine if I wasn't the #1 Birdo hater! Most of the Mario Party Birdo maids that I've played against on Wi-Fi were very much haters. Not very nice, do not like them. But I really just wanted to make the design more unique, and I liked the straw hat a little bit better, so I went back to that, and defined it a little bit. And this was the point where I thought it would be cute to make Cow the poster child of Moo Moo Meadows, and give them an apron with a branding like they're at a farmer's market. Hey, from what I've seen, they don't give out beef and Moo Moos, so I think it'll be okay. But even if they did, clearly Cow could not care less. Help! The Dry Bones fandom is dying! Please subscribe to show that you're a true dry boner! Or, if you've enjoyed the video thus far, that'd be cool too, because you don't want to miss when I do another one of these and I give Cataquack drip. I'm still shocked that out of all of Bowser's minions, Dry Bones doesn't even have a single outfit to their name. I mean, this guy's been to Mario parties. Well, I guess so have Koopa, Monty Mole, Spike, and other characters. But they're like the most popular one out of the unpopular ones. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of explains why they don't have an outfit, but shut up, I like Dry Bones. Also, I would be a liar if I said that half the reason I wanted Dry Bones to have an outfit wasn't because of the Dry Bones memes. Oh, Bowser, I'm so sorry to hear that. How did you find out? I'm sorry, you deserved better than that. You know, honestly, she wasn't good enough for you anyways. I'll turn to Dry Bones' stage in Mario Kart World, Dry Bones Burnout, which could match with some of the cultural outfits in MKW, because Burnout has a few details implying a Dia de Muertos / Day of the Dead theme. On the course itself, floral patterns are everywhere, especially on the bones. Papel picaros of potobos, fireflowers, and even dry bones are hung in several places. Not to mention, there are candles and marigold petals everywhere, all having their associations with Day of the Dead, but most of the stuff I listed are separate parts of ofrendas, which are usually tabletop altars with offerings devoted to a deceased loved one, created so that said person's soul will temporarily come back from the afterlife so that they can partake in the event and worldly pleasures once more. And Dry Bones is the deceased, so the design is essentially what if Dry Bones got into an ofrenda with slight vacation undertones. Plus, Day of the Dead is a more lighthearted way of celebrating life in passing, so I just thought I would add to the levity. With a marigold lei, candles with flames on them, bright pink and yellow gloves and shirt, matching a bunch of the bright colors I've seen on ofrendas, and finally, some flowery looking Calavera face paint. So, that's 3 character outfits for 3 characters that do not have any outfits in Mario Kart World. At least, for now. And for a little personal critique, I'm very proud of, especially the shading for all these designs. I would say my favorite is definitely Nabbit's design, because personally, I just feel like I could do a little bit more on the textures, but like, after that, I don't even know what I would change about it. I feel like I could have done a little bit better on the shading for Cal, and I feel like I'm just a little bit sad that I couldn't find anything else to do with it. I do like the farmer design, I will say that, but like, I feel like there could have been like a little bit more, but I don't know, maybe if you feel like commenting what you think I could add to make Cal's design a little bit more interesting, or maybe it's fine, I don't know. And for Dry Bones, oh gosh, it's so fun. I love the work on all this for the colors and all the, like, the shapes and stuff. I feel like I could have done better on, like, I don't know, there's something a little bit off with it, but like, I like it where it is, at least for now. Maybe I'll rip it apart when, like, a week afterwards. But we'll see. But yeah, feel free to tell me what you think of all these designs, you know, good or bad. And tell me what your favorite creature character is in Mario Kart World that doesn't have any outfits yet. And maybe I'll get around to doing those. Anyways, never stop drawing, and see you whenever, I guess.